Welcome to Inspired Women Amazing Lives podcast, where we seek to thrive, flourish, and celebrate amazing women. I am Kimberly Wiggins, and we are hosting Inspired Women who are sharing their lives and their stories so that other women may know that the journey to their amazing life is definitely within reach. We are here every week to share resources and information that will help you along the journey to being that inspired woman leading an amazing life. Be sure to check out our new Marriage of Mindset and Marketing series. It's done quarterly, with the next episode being live at the end of March. On that series, we are hosting live coaching with mindset and marketing coaches who share their insights with business owners so they can experience the magic of coupling mindset techniques with marketing strategies. Be sure to listen in, as there's always a great takeaway for every new and seasoned business owner. Remember to like and comment, and most definitely share these episodes with another woman that you admire and who truly inspires you. Or simply share with someone you would like to inspire. Enjoy. Welcome to Inspired Women Amazing Lives podcast, where we strive really hard to help women flourish and grow in their lives and their business. And today I have a really good treat for you. I've never ever had a Pinterest strategist on my show. And so Heather Ferris is here.
Hi, Kimberly. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you are so welcome, Heather. And so here is the deal on Heather. I'm so excited to have her. She is a Pinterest strategist and a full-time traveler.
What?
Yes. She's been in love, yes, you heard me, in love with Pinterest for nearly 10 years, using it almost every day. And for the last 3 years, she's been managing Pinterest accounts for clients. I want to hear about this love affair you have with Pinterest.
I do. Oh my gosh. Pinterest was like my coming of age platform. Pinterest helped me to become a wife, a mom, a better woman. Like, I learned about self-care on that platform. I didn't know what that was. I didn't know how to cook until I found Pinterest. I couldn't clean my way out of a garbage bag before I found Pinterest. So almost 10 years. They turned 10 in January. And I remember getting my beta invite around spring of that year that they launched. I think that was in, 2010? My kid was born that year, my first child. And I learned all the things over the next several years from that platform. So it just became part of, like, if I needed something, I went to Pinterest and I searched for it. If I needed a recipe really quick and I was in the store buying groceries and I didn't know what ingredients were on that list, I went to Pinterest and I looked. So it was only natural when I started my first blog to put it on Pinterest. It was a mom blog and moms hang out there. So that's what I did. And it was just like an accident. I happened to do really good with my Pinterest account and I made pins start going viral. And then a friend was traveling and said, "Hey, can you manage mine while I travel for the next 3 months?" And I was like, sure. Extra money, it pays for my convert kit. Why not? So I did really good with hers and she referred me and then she referred me and then she referred me and it just rabbit holes. So and here I am 3 years later. I've helped hundreds of clients.
Wow.
I
love an accident gone good.
Right.
Or gone right. because we always say an
Yeah.
accident that went wrong. Huh. This is an accident that really went good. And I love that. Um, wow. And it just all started. And, Heather, they say, I've read this somewhere. I forgot how many hours it is that you're considered an expert, something like 40,000 hours or something, which is equivalent of like 10 years. So you
Yeah.
are truly an expert because you've been on it for 10 years and you've
I
been
really
working on it
have.
and work. Yeah. Yeah.
Every day, almost every day for a decade. And I still use it for my personal life. And when we bought our RV last year in May, the very first thing I did was go to Pinterest to figure out how to organize it. How am I going to decorate it? What kind of sheets are going to fit on my kids' beds? Like,
I,
I still
you know,
use it.
now, yeah, I've been in groups, I've heard other people talk about Pinterest, but you have really piqued my interest on Pinterest here this morning. You really have, because I could feel your passion for Pinterest. I can hear that love affair with Pinterest. Why do you love Pinterest so much? What is it?
I think it just because when it came out and it was really getting big, and it really taught me how to be the person that I am today. Like,
Right.
I found who I was through the content on that platform, through the bloggers that were putting it out there. I think it really just, it's full circle, right? It just makes me it makes me feel like, I don't know, like when you grab your favorite cup of coffee and you sit down in your favorite pajamas and you're like, all right, this is it, this is like my favorite thing to do. Like, that's me with Pinterest. Like, if I have
Nice.
my app and I have something worthwhile to look up on there, whether it's for clients. And I don't work with just everybody. Like, I have to understand your audience and things like that for me to actually work with you.
That's
And
nice.
I want to I want to know who they are so I can help your audience properly. So that's why I say, like, I don't work with just anybody. If you're not a good fit, I'll tell you, we're not a good fit, or I don't understand your niche. I think you should work with this person, kind of thing. But that's what makes me like, when I get on there, I understand the purpose of the platform. And because I've been using it for so long, it's easy for me just to be like, okay, how to, cook chicken in the Instant Pot. Like, I know what to search for, and it's like second nature. I don't even think
Nice.
about it most times.
Audience, I hope that you are listening to this, because I've been in Facebook groups. I remember at one point my daughter suggested that I jump on Pinterest. I didn't know what I was doing, and I've been in Facebook groups where I put it out there, I'm looking for someone to help me with Pinterest, and I get all kinds of responses back. Oh my gosh. And I don't know where to start. All right, as of today, audience, I know where to start. If you ask me for a Pinterest expert, Heather is my go-to girl. I'm saying it on my podcast.
Thank you,
Loud and clear.
Kimberly.
10 years of
I
just,
won't let you down.
I know you won't, especially when you say, if I don't understand your audience, now that is a true professional. That is saying, no, I'm not going to just take your money to take your money.
Mm-mm.
I am going to understand what you need, and I'm going to make sure you get it, because when you succeed, I succeed.
That's really what it comes down to. And I care about my clients.
That's right.
So when they've been with me for over 2 years and they're still like, hey, can you do this? Of course I will do that for you, because I love your audience. I understand them and where they're at. And I
Very
like it
nice.
a lot.
Yes. And so, Heather, I've heard people call Pinterest like the ultimate search engine. Is that right?
Yeah, visual. It's the ultimate visual search engine. So we have
Gotcha.
Google, which is like the father. And then we
Yes.
have Pinterest over here, which is like the mother. She's
I love
she's a
that.
lot younger. Google's a lot older and wiser, and they have, advanced algorithms. Well, Pinterest is the new kid on the block, but they are coming, and they're coming hard and fast, especially since they've, filed their IPO this year. And we've had 3 quarters, I believe, at this point of market. share. So like they're coming and they're coming hard. And the tools and the things that we've seen come out this year because of the investment that they have made, their investors have made in them, and now they are making in us, it's going to get real. It's going to get so much more fun.
Wow. Nice. That is really nice to hear. Wow. Okay. So is my audience on Pinterest? What kind of audience works best for Pinterest? Can you help my coaching business? I'm an empowered business coach, and my audience is mostly female, about 40 to 65. They're in transition. They want to do something new with their lives, something exciting. And they want to live this inspired, amazing life. And so I help them to do that wherever they are.
Yeah. So my answer is yes. There was a Pew Research study done it was a couple years ago, and they state that Pinterest reaches 83% of all women 23 to 54 that are using their platform. There's 300 million people using their platform, and the majority of them are women. So the great part about your age group actually is the fact that they have more money than my age group. The 23 to, mid to late 30s, we don't have as much money as the women that are in their 40s and on into their 60s. So yes, they are on Pinterest. Yes, they are looking for things like that on Pinterest. How can I have a healthy, balanced life? How can I live a more intentional life? Like those are keywords that I have actually used on Pinterest. And the great part about it is they are ready to spend money.
Right.
So I think your starting point, if you want to see what's over there and if they are looking for you, is to think of like one of your main, like burning questions you get asked all the time. Go to the platform and type it in. What comes up?
That's a good idea. Very good idea. So when you say, Heather, that you are a full service agency, tell me, how do you work with your clients? What do you do for your clients?
Yeah, so we actually have a couple different ways that we work with our clients. And the first way is people that want to DIY it, can't afford to hire it out all the time, but are ready to do like a paid strategy session where they come in and we spend between an hour and a half to 3 hours together. And we just dig into what their goals are, who their audience is, what kind of funnels that they have, their products, their freebies, all of that. And then once we've walked through all of that on our call, I take their information and I go on the platform and actually do a done for you like research, like in depth. I look at their analytics, I look at their Google Analytics as well as their website and all of the stuff that we talked about. And I just put together a strategy for them based on my knowledge of the platform and then my newfound knowledge of their audience. And what happens is they actually walk away generally with a complete overhaul of their platform, of their profile on the platform. So they'll have boards with optimized descriptions and titles. They'll have a list of keywords that they can start targeting right away. I will give them tips on what to do every time they publish new content, what to do monthly when they need to go and actually look and see what's going on. So that's like strategy sessions. And those are like deep dive, super intense, several hours. And then they get a really lengthy report. On average, those are like 20 pages long. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
And then I also have the done for you services where if you just don't want to do it, but you need it, you can hire it out. So, and that comes both in paid and organic. I don't just play with organic, I also help with ads. So we do that as well. And then sometimes, occasionally, I will get a little frisky and I'll help clients come up with content plan because the content that they're creating maybe isn't converting, or they're stuck in the mindset of, well, I just want to create this content because it's what I want to create. when in reality their audience wants something different. So I will help them even with like a content plan. But that's it. Like we do images, we will look at analytics, we will do ads and organic. We deal only with Tailwind when it comes to our automations. So
Mm.
we touch a little bit of everything. It just depends on where they're at and what their goals are.
Wow. Okay. So they can have everything from let me show you how to get this done
Mm-hmm.
to I'll just do it for you.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's very
Yeah.
nice.
And if it's
Yeah.
a situation where a client comes to me or a potential client comes to me and I just don't understand their industry, like I don't understand it. And this is true for fashion. Like I can do makeup, but I cannot understand fashion. I don't like I barely got my hair done today. So like if a fashion blogger came to me and said I need help with Pinterest, 99% of the time I'm going to turn them away because I don't understand it.
That's nice.
Something else I don't really like, I've done it in the past is like holistic type stuff. It's not me. So things that I don't really understand, I'll turn them away. But I will turn them away with a solution. So I will either give them a name or I will give them a resource that they can purchase and go through and then implement with their audience in mind.
Nice, nice. I love that, Heather. That's how I know you are so focused on people because you never turn them away without pointing them some you never
Yeah,
and this is a big pet peeve of mine. You should always leave people better than you found them. So
exactly.
if you found them, they came to you and they were in need of something and you couldn't provide that, you send them somewhere else. And I love that.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, I love that your agency focuses on that.
We
Um
really I really pride myself on people. I come from a customer service background. My first job was at a children's clothing store. So I've always worked with people and I love people. I'm really outgoing. I'm that weirdo at conferences that will totally go up to a stranger and be like, hey, I like your purse. Let's chat. Um, so yeah, I like that. Leave people better than how you found them.
yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So we will be right back. Let's take a quick commercial break right here, and we'll be right back. And I will have Heather to coach me just a little bit more on Pinterest. Be right back.
Okay.
Are you sick and tired of making plans that never get finished? Hey, Kimberly Wiggins with Inspired Women Amazing Lives here. When you look back and see so many unfinished projects, do you wonder if the future will ever be different? Newsflash: same actions will get you same results. Now, I know you are amazing at starting. Now, you just have to get as good at finishing. Eh? You with me? Are you ready to move from starter to finisher? I'm offering the opportunity to finish off your year or start a new one like never before so you can look back and finally see the results you really want. Not another year of woulda, shoulda, coulda. If you're willing to devote yourself to at least 10 hours of nose to the grindstone, laser beam focused, butt kicking action to your business dreams, I stand ready to provide you with the kind of radical support that will make all the difference. Check out my 30-day dash radical accountability program at inspiredwomenamazinglives.com. That's my 30-day dash. Let's shift things for your life and business. Mention that you heard this ad on my podcast for 50% off. Yes, 50% off the 30-day dash radical accountability program. We're back. So, Heather, I would, we talked a little bit about my audience on Pinterest, right? So would you think that
Okay.
Pinterest would be the best platform for me? Or in terms of like a visual platform, I know there's always Pinterest, there's always Instagram. What do you feel would be the best platform for me for a visual platform?
I definitely think Pinterest is the place that you should be. And I'm going to tell you that with a caveat because Pinterest is not social media. So you can choose a social platform and then you should choose a search engine. So if
Oh,
in the beginning of your journey or the middle or wherever you're at in your journey, if you cannot focus on SEO for Google, which sometimes can get very costly very fast, then you should definitely put your time and money into Pinterest. It's a lot cheaper in most cases, especially if you just learn the basics of SEO. You can jumpstart yourself on that platform and start getting traffic. And once you build up that traffic base and it's consistent, then maybe you can start pulling back a little bit and putting more focus on Google SEO. But if you can't put your time and money into Google SEO, it takes a really long time. Um, and the SEO tool I use is $100 a month, which is outrageous.
oh
You
wow.
don't need to pay for a tool for Pinterest SEO. It's free. It's $0. It's just Pinterest. Then yeah, you should definitely focus on putting content on that platform.
Now that was worth its weight in gold, I think, right there, Heather, because um, being able to focus on SEO is very, very important, and that's golden right there. If you can't
Yeah,
afford the Google SEO, focus on Pinterest to get your SEO up there and build some traffic.
yeah.
Um, what would you say? Let's do a little comparison of
Okay.
maybe a little bit of. Do you know much about Facebook ads? Um,
Some enough to get myself in trouble.
Okay. So what do you think about Facebook ads versus Pinterest ads?
I think it depends on your goal and how much money you have to spend. I run low cost Pinterest ads, and I will tell your audience like the place where I learned Pinterest ads, the place I learned Pinterest 3 years ago was from Monica Frost, and she has an ads course. And I will not ever recommend anything else for learning ads other than her. So, and this is not an affiliate like thing, like go learn from her. She actually teaches low cost ads, how to keep your ad cost low. And we're not talking like hundreds of dollars a day. We're talking like $10 or less if you want to just get started running ads. That's cheap. Like I have a client right now that I'm running a $10 ad group per day. And on Facebook, she's having to run $100 a day. So I think the potential is there. And you can, if you learn your audience really well on Facebook, and they're so powerful, right? And the Pinterest ads, it's such a new platform. I think you can still get really good return out of Pinterest
Yeah,
ads.
Facebook ads. I've tried those before several times. They can become very expensive. I think, I was even spending on the upsides of almost $200 a week, and that's pretty expensive.
That's
And
really
so,
expensive. And it depends on what your goal is and what you're making. Like, what are you actually doing over there? I actually ran an ad for myself this was last summer, and I need to do this again. But I have a little mini course, and I don't do anything with that mom blog anymore. But I have a little course on Trello, and it teaches moms how to meal plan and like organize their house with Trello. So I started
oh,
an ad. I spent $109 and I made 500.
oh, wow.
I could never get that jump started on Facebook. I didn't know how. Like I couldn't figure it out. So I just took one of Monica's, I took her course.
Wow. That's that's pretty good testimonial right there.
Yeah.
I never made that much money on Facebook ads, even though I spent it. Wow. Very nice. That's good to
Yeah.
know. Good stuff. Wow. Now, um, would you say the best thing to do when you're getting started with Pinterest to get it all set up would be to hire someone like yourself, um, and they will help you get it all set up and learn the ins and out, or maybe just painstakingly. That's how it would feel for me. Try to learn to do it myself.
I think it depends on who you are, what you have going on. Do you like the platform? And do you have the time? A lot of times, and especially in the phase of business I'm in right now, I would rather hire somebody than take a course.
Oh,
So if
yeah.
you don't have it within you to take a course and implement the course, because you can learn all sorts of things on the internet for free. In fact, my website probably has more free information on it than most people that teach Pinterest. You can go cobble it together, right? We've all heard it. You can go cobble it together for free and try to implement it, or you can hire someone, even if it's just one time. Like my strategy sessions currently are $247, and you get 3 hours with me, and then you get a report. Like you could pay $247 with a course and try to implement it and maybe not get the same outcome. It just depends on where you're at in your business, what your goals are, and how much time you have.
I'll tell you what, Heather, that, you know, I'm gonna just be honest about your price point there.
I know. Lay it on me.
That's a pretty low price point.
I know.
That is really a pretty low price
And I've
point.
raised it. Kimberly, I need to
Yeah.
raise my prices again.
And yes, and this is what I'm really real on this show, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love budget friendly coaches. I really do. But because I think that, I have a philosophy on that. When you're a budget friendly coach, you help to escalate my budget. And when I'm able to buy on returns, so I'm able to hire you at a budget friendly price point, and I'm going to see that in the return that I get from working with you. And then I'm ready to spend more money with you. I'm ready to have
Right.
more of Heather. So I'm really, really, I'm big on that, because for me, if you help me make a little bit of money, then I'm ready to say, let's see what else we can do together, Heather.
Well, and that's the great part about my strategy sessions. Almost all of them have turned into clients again,
See?
a second time. They've
Yes.
hired me for another coaching call or strategy session, or they've hired me to manage their Pinterest. So,
Yeah.
I'm not the top of the market in my pricing. I'm not. I'm not the lowest either.
No, you're not.
Get
Um,
results.
you probably need to raise it a little bit. Maybe after I do my strategy session.
We'll wait on it.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Heather, you probably do need to raise that a little bit, because that is that is really, really good for that kind of
Right.
strategy session. But
I'm
that's
taking
nice.
it to heart, Kimberly. I'm taking it to
Yes,
heart.
please do. And I really appreciate, I can feel your heart as like a real true entrepreneur that really cares about people. And that's important for me. To me, that's what inspired women are really about. I had a conversation just recently with some people where we talked about coaches who they are always talking about what they've made. But I really don't want to know how much money you've made as a coach. I really want to know how much money you've made for your clients.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just the fact that you've had hundreds of clients tells me, and you have people that come back for repeat services, tells me that you're doing something right for your clients. And so
Yeah.
that speaks volumes to me.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I like to think so.
Yeah. So any quick examples of strategies that can help me get more organic traffic that can
Yes.
convert to leads, versus so I can start with the organic and then move on to paid?
Yeah. So, first of all, if you aren't sharing your lead magnets on the platform, you should be. So, whip up a quick landing page if you don't have one already. Make a pin for it that is keyworded, and then use keywords in your description. So I like to use 3 to 5 keywords in every pin description that I write. And one tip that I will give your listeners and you is to think about the transformation that you want to make with this lead magnet. And then you're going to go on the platform and you're going to search for your 3 to 5 keywords. We're going to say there's 5. 3 of them are going to be on topic, and 2 of them are going to be similar, but not exactly on topic. So an example that I like to use is, let's say I'm making a mac and cheese blog post. I'm going to find 3 keywords that are related to mac and cheese, and one of those is going to be on my text overlay. Then I'm going to go find 2 of them that are related to quick family meal ideas or easy side dishes. Like, it's not exactly mac and cheese, but it's related. And I'm going to use those in my description as well, because your person doesn't know.
What is happening with my computer today?
Did I cut out?
Yes, you did. And I
I
think it's
did.
my computer. I think it's my computer today. I'll be able to edit this out. Go back to your mac and cheese example.
Okay, so an example that I like to use is if I'm creating a mac and cheese blog post. I am not going to just talk about mac and cheese, right? I'm writing this blog post and I'm going to go to the platform and I'm going to find 5 keywords. 3 of them are what I call pillar keywords, and they are going to be related to the post. They are about mac and cheese. And then I'm going to put one of the 3 on the text overlay. Pinterest can read the text overlay on your pin. And then I'm going to go find 2 similar but not mac and cheese related keywords. So it's going to be something like easy family side dish recipes
Mm.
or easy weeknight meals. Things
Hmm.
that are related to mac and cheese but not on topic, because your person doesn't know that they need mac and cheese. They might think they just need an easy weeknight meal. How many families have had mac and cheese with dinner? Like, grab a roast chicken and some mac and cheese and you got a dinner. So they don't know that they need your transformation until they see your pin. So you want to show up in what I like to call a parallel search as well as your main topic. So that's tip number 2. So the first tip was to, I can't remember now because I've got squirrel brain, but you're going to use up to 5 keywords in all of your pins. And then you are going to create new images consistently. I like to create 7 new pins for all my clients every week. 7 new pins.
Oh my God, Heather, I'm
I
tired.
know it sounds like a lot of work,
Yeah.
Kimberly. It
Yes.
does. But what you're going to do is you're going to back it up. So before you ever start creating content to put on Pinterest, you're going to get yourself some Pinterest templates. If you don't have the time to make them, go to Creative Market. They are anywhere from $9 to $37 for a pack of Pinterest templates made for Canva. Load them into your Canva account, customize them with your colors, upload your images, pop it in, change the text overlay, download it. You've got yourself 7 new images.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Heather, I take your word for it. It sounds like a lot, but that is why she is the Pinterest strategist expert, because she can do all of this. Like, she walked through that like it was just a walk in the park. And to me, it was like, oh my gosh, I can't see me
For
doing all this.
me, and I'll be totally honest, because I just did this right before we got on this podcast interview. I made 7 new images for a client. That, because I was a little distracted, it took me an hour.
Mm.
What takes me an hour might take you 2, but if it means that you're getting more sales, you're helping more people, and you're growing your business, the time investment in the end is going to pay off.
Now, so when I have a strategy call with you,
Mhm.
and you're going to help me, you're going to share all this stuff with me, and I say, okay, this is what I've got to do first, but I don't really want to do it. Can you just really just do these first 7 images for me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
You
you
do
want
it.
that as part of your strategy session, then I'll make 7 images for you.
Wow. Okay. Audience, do not sleep on Heather. She's officially my Pinterest expert. And I'm going to try this Pinterest thing, and Heather is going to be my Pinterest
Thank you
expert.
so much, Kimberly.
Yes. All right. What kind of businesses would Pinterest not work for?
So the ones that I actually did an a live course earlier this year, and I'm relaunching this course soon. It's my own take on a Pinterest course, right? So I did this with a group of um, healers earlier this year. And while there was some information about woo woo kind of healing, and please do not send me hate mail because I am not versed in this, but that particular group of women were finding it hard to put their content on the platform because they were finding it difficult to find keywords. So they're actually first, like in the first round of market for their space, which is great, but that means it's just going to take more time in training their audience to go to Pinterest to look for them. So while that particular instance of people that I worked with didn't, succeed right out of the gate, that doesn't mean that they won't in the future. So I always say, if you want to test your market on the platform, think of the top 3 things that you get asked all the time. What do you do for your clients? Like, what do you do for your people? Go on the platform and search for it. So, what is one thing that people come to you for, Kimberly? Let's just do a quick search.
All right. So, one thing that people come to me for is they're stuck. They're stuck in their business and they can't figure out how to they can't even, they don't even know why they're stuck. They're just stuck and they
Okay,
can't get
so
going.
do you have a more specific example? Like, if I were stuck, like, what is something that you would help me with, like, specifically?
Your mindset.
Oh, oh,
Yeah, that's why you're stuck, really. It's your mindset. And
mindset tips for entrepreneurs. Pin after pin after pin. That is a really hot keyword on the platform, actually. Mindset is a big thing on Pinterest because of the way that the world is changing, and more people are starting to realize that mental health and the way that we think and talk to ourselves and the people around us, it's a big deal. So there's a big ask for that. So mindset tips is where I would start, and then I would see what keywords come up behind it. So you just go to Pinterest and you just search mindset tips. And then
nice.
the boxes that show up at the top, that's how you know you have hit the jackpot. And you probably can't see because my computer's got a glare. But
Uh-huh.
you see the
Oh,
boxes
yeah.
at the top?
Uh-huh.
The boxes at the top are when you search for something on Pinterest and you get the box suggestions at the top, that's Google's form on Pinterest of the fill it in for you. You can go to Google and you can type in how to make, and it's going to give you like the top 5 searched for things. That's what the boxes are on Pinterest. Those are the top search for things. So Pinterest is telling you what people are looking for. So mindset tips are definitely on there. You just have to
Nice.
go and see where you fit in.
Right. Oh, wow. I really like that. Ah, I love this live coaching. Okay.
Yay.
Heather, let's take a quick break here and we'll be right back to find out all about, as much as I hate to move on from this, I have to. I want to find out about your traveling, Heather. What
Okay.
Heather is doing when she's traveling. We'll be right back.
Rosie Batista here, the Queen of Card Decks, at your command. Well, not really, but kind of. You want to make a deck of cards for your business? Your wish is my command. I fell in love with card decks years ago, collected them and started making them for myself and my own brand. Then I started to make them for other people's businesses. And now I have a self-study course where I teach you how to create your own card deck. It's 6 easy modules with easy to understand how-to videos, an active and exciting private Facebook group, 2 live components which include an open Q&A and open office hours so you can come in and get what you need. I want you to become queen of your domain, rule your niche, and rein in extra money. A card deck is the perfect way to do that with a really fun and useful physical product. For 2019, the cost is only $247 for all of that. I take the stand that nobody gets out of my course without their own card deck. I sure hope to see you there. Come on over to queenofcarddecks.com and check it all out.
Okay. So Heather and her husband have two girls and they travel full time in their RV. They manage their business together while on the road working from wherever the wind blows. Alongside their Pinterest agency, they have a travel blog that Heather uses as a test case for all things Pinterest. When they aren't traveling or working, they can be found on the trail or discovering a new city. Go ahead, Heather. You're a full-time traveler with your family.
I
Share
am.
with us how that happened.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so long story short, my husband was in the military for 10 years and they didn't send us anywhere, nowhere, zero places. We stayed at the same base all 10 years. And when you join the military, you kind of think you're going to go and see places. I mean, every other person we talked to or we're friends with left every 3 years. So here we are. We bought a house thinking that was going to get us out. Never happened. We were kind of stuck and burnt out. And it was after the third time my husband was sent away in 1 year. He got a short tour, a TDY, and a deployment all in the same year. So he was gone for almost 10 months out of the year, which there are military spouses out there that don't see their spouses for a lot longer than that. I love them, support them 100%.
Yes.
It just wasn't for us. So he hung up his hat and we sold everything almost.
Wow.
Like everything we own. I think we still have a dining room table and a few things. We sold it all. We bought an RV. We paid off almost all of our debt. And we just decided that our time was meant for us and not for other people. So we pour into the people that we want to pour into through our business. And then when we're not working, which is usually 3 out of 4 days a week, we are in a new city. We're finding a new hiking trail. We're buying bikes for our kids for Christmas. Shh, don't tell them. And for ourselves. So we'll be on biking trails. Like that's what we like to do in our free time is just be outside and enjoy the outdoors and find new food. I'm all about eating and just spending quality time together because we realized that our life was meant to be lived now and not when we're old and decrepit and we can't get out.
Oh, that is so good. I love that.
That's it.
Wow. And so now you do the travel blog instead of the mommy blog.
Yeah, so he actually does most of it. I just haven't had time to pour into it lately. I did a whole site redesign in August, so the site looks gorgeous. And he does the face or the YouTube videos, so you'll see me in those too if you go and check it out. But for the most part, like he runs that, and then I use that blog's Pinterest as a test dummy. Like I said, like right now I'm testing not pinning anything to see just what happens with our traffic.
Nice.
Will it continue or will it slow down? Like I don't have time to do it for the holidays, so I'm like, well, I'm just gonna see.
Wow, that is so exciting.
Yeah. We like it.
Yes.
Our ultimate goal, this is something we get asked all the time. We don't want to do it forever. In fact, we want to buy land, which is the whole purpose of the travels. We want to see where we want to live. We know that we don't want it to be Missouri, which is where I'm at right now. We're at family's house for the holiday. So that's like we searched the East Coast, North and South, the whole East Coast, and then some of the Midwest in 1920 is we're going west. And our hope is to actually find a piece of land, purchase the land, and then park our RV and build our home.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Very nice. I love it.
Thank you.
So you can find Heather at heatherfarris.com. She does have a beautiful, beautiful website.
Thank you.
and it's laid out real easy. So if you need anything, you have questions, it has resources. It's very, very nice. You can grab whatever you need there to help you through that at heatherfarris.com. I will put all of her information on the podcast page in the show notes. You will find her, of course, on Pinterest and Facebook as well. And Heather's free gift for you is her Pinterest strategy checklist. Tell us about that, Heather.
It's the basis. So when I started doing Pinterest for clients, I realized that I was doing some of the same things over and over and over. So I made a checklist for my clients. And then part of the checklist was actually for me. It was what to do weekly and monthly. So the checklist is broken into 3 sections: what to do when you publish a new pin, what to do each week, and then what to do every month, once a month. So you get kind of a whole picture of what you need to do throughout the month with your Pinterest account. So every time you publish something new, you get a checklist. And then I actually updated this checklist where you actually get a Pinterest Trends calendar for free when you sign up for the checklist. It's the same opt-in page. It tells you all of the holidays. Like, I went and researched the holidays that I'm using for my clients, and I put it in, and then I put content ideas in there as well. So you've got content ideas around the holidays. So you know, because pinners are planners, they're pinning in advance what you need to be doing and when.
Oh, wow. That's a really good resource. Oh, wow.
Thank you. I'm digging it.
Yeah. Don't sleep on that. That's a good one. Yes. Wow. I'm going to pick that up myself. Yes, I am.
Yay. Thank you.
Although I'm not on Pinterest, but I'm considering it. You've kind of talked me into it. I'll see how it works out. I'll give it a shot. I'll give it at least 3 months and see how it works out.
I think that's a good time frame. You need 3 to 6 months to build a foundation.
Okay.
Once you get the foundation built, then you can really start to drive the strategy. So I think 3 months is a good starting place.
I love it.
For
okay.
all your listeners.
Yeah, I love it. I love that. Okay. Heather, I told Heather this before we started. I have this stinking congestion today. So I forgot to mention that to the audience. I sound horrible.
You are fine. I'm over here blowing my nose on mute.
Yeah. You said you love 90s sitcoms.
I do.
Me too. And chocolate gravy on your biscuit. I've never heard of chocolate gravy, and
it's so weird.
South. Really?
Such a Southern thing. You haven't heard of it?
Yes, I have not, and I'm from the South.
Maybe it's just an Arkansas thing. I don't know. I was born and raised in Arkansas. Maybe it's just something. I don't know. I love it though. Like, it's very not good for you, but it's delicious.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I could think of all the things I could put chocolate gravy on. Wow.
You can search on Pinterest, Southern biscuits and chocolate gravy.
Oh, wow. I'm checking that out. My grandkids would actually love that. Chocolate gravy.
My husband looks at me funny, but whatever. I love it.
Maybe it's an Arkansas thing. That's funny.
Maybe.
Yes. And you gave us this motivational quote. And now this is a true quote. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. Confucius. I love that.
It comes down to the same thing I tell my clients on Pinterest. Whether you're growing your business, whether you're using Pinterest, you're looking at growing on Instagram, it doesn't matter what you're doing, but consistency is key. Like, you have to keep showing up.
Right.
In business, in life, like, you can't just lay down and stop. So that really resonates with me. I write it in the front of all my new planners.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I asked that question about quotes, because there are some quotes that people really just migrate towards, and it drives what they do from day to day. So I love it.
It's a great reminder.
Mm-hmm. I love what you share. Heather, thank you so much for being here today. You have blessed my audience with so much information. And audience, I want you to pay attention to that, because with her giving information that way, can you imagine what it's like working with Heather and just she's able to just give you her whole brain. She screws that thing off and sets it on your head. No, I'm just kidding. But it's almost like that. Oh my gosh. So do not sleep on Heather. If you are struggling in the areas of Pinterest, reach out to Heather. Go to heatherfarris.com so you can check out her resources and ask questions and get that strategy session so that she can help you get your Pinterest right. I believe that. I believe she can do that. Heather, one last question before you go.
Okay.
What is an action item, an action tip for my audience today that they can go and put in place today, especially on their Pinterest? What can they do today?
One action item. If you are confused at all about Pinterest and using this platform, I don't know where your audience is in their use of this platform, but I'm going to assume, I'm just going to think that they're not using it or not using it well. So their action item is to think of those 3 things that people ask them or that they do for their audience all the time. And I want them to go on the platform and search for it. And I want them to look at the top, on desktop preferably, look at the top search results before you ever scroll. I want you to look at, it's usually 2 to 3 rows of pins. I want you to look and see what other people are putting on the platform. If it is similar or the same as what you are doing, then you know you need to be there.
Very good. Now, I'm doing that myself. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going to do that because I really need to make sure, like you said, I need to see if I need to be there. I mean,
yeah.
And to be honest with you, Heather, I've not had very good traction with Facebook recently.
It just changes so much. Like, I feel like we all need to be there at some point in our business, but if it doesn't feel right now, then what else can you fill that time with?
Right, because what I'm doing is, for the last year, actually, Facebook has not felt right. And the thing about it is that I don't want to the only way that I can pour a lot of energy into Facebook is if I do ads.
That's what we're all feeling. And especially in the fourth quarter. I'm sure your audience is definitely feeling this right now. Fourth quarter is pretty much all pay to play, and fourth quarter ads are costly. So, where else can you put your eggs? Diversify.
I'd rather try, give Pinterest a try, like we talked about, for 3 or 6 months. Audience, I think that's a good strategy. And see, I agree with you. We should all be on Facebook. But maybe Facebook is not driving your leads and Pinterest is a place that could.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you, Heather. You've given us, and this is what this show is all about, giving women something to think about, some different avenues, different things, different ways for you to grow your business and really just get it out there. And I think you've shared that with us today. We've accomplished that, Heather. Yay!
Thank you so much, Kimberly, for having me. I really enjoyed my time.
You are so welcome. And thank you, audience, for showing up for Inspired Women Amazing Lives. Please like, comment, and share this episode with a woman that inspires you so they can get on Pinterest too.
Yes.
All right.
I can't wait to share it myself.
Thank
you again.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for joining me for this episode of Inspired Women Amazing Lives podcast, where we help women to be truly inspired to live their most amazing lives. Please subscribe to the podcast to be notified of new content each and every week. Please like, comment, and share with the woman who inspires you most or someone you would like to inspire. See you on the next episode. Goodbye.